Hi, everybody. Welcome to a very different sort of
Hey.
Prog Report podcast. So we just finished being on Cruise to the Edge a few days ago, and Dan is still in town in South Florida where the cruise happened. And so he came to Prog Report headquarters to
AKA Roy's house.
to do a don't ruin the illusion.
Don't worry, man.
To talk a little bit about the cruise and our experience because we thought we may as well. Why not? And discuss a little bit. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. Great to be here. I'm actually heading back home today, but I stopped by for some podcasting and hopefully some food as well.
Hopefully you can hear this. We're trying to make this work.
Yeah. We will work out. We'll figure it out.
So I guess I have a slideshow of a few pictures. I thought we could talk about some stuff, but overall, your experience, because you hadn't been in what, maybe 4 or 5 cruises. It's been a while.
This is my fourth one. The last one was 2019, so a while back. Like,
Yeah.
we count the pandemic like 3 or 4 cruises ago.
Yeah, and that was the one, something with Mike.
Yes, all of them. This is the first one without Mike, which was a little bit weird because he usually had like the main thing,
Yeah, there was like a 50th birthday one. Was that the one
No,
that you
no,
came
the
on?
50th birthday was 2017. Yeah, 2019 had flying colors and some other stuff there as well.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, this one, man, like lineup wise, I was really stoked about having bands like Caligula's Horse and Tamek, which are like new to the cruise and heavier, maybe more aimed towards the younger demographic like me.
And Leprous was supposed to be on.
And that was my next comment. Like, I'm still a little bit bummed that
Yeah.
Lepers didn't make it, but it is what it is. But other bands, I'm sure we'll highlight them, like Big Big Train, first time seeing them.
Right.
Car Mechanic with an amazing lineup. Moon Safari, which I've seen in the past. Other bands that were really awesome, like Thank You Scientist and Haken, of course. Some mainstays. Got to watch Rick Wakeman for a little bit. The Aristocrats. So yeah, we'll go over a lot of them individually, but a lot of highlights just hanging with the musicians and the artists and people that we know. It's just like overall always a cool experience. This one was a really special one for sure.
Yeah, it was great. We had a lot of friends on this one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of bands that we've come to know over the years, and so that's pretty cool. We also got to do 2 live episodes of the Wheel of Prog on the ship.
Yeah,
sure, maybe you guys have seen some photos of that. We can talk about that. We do have some video of the Wheel of Progs. It's not the best video.
Yeah, well, dude, I think people would rather have the crappy video than no video.
But we will edit it together and make it presentable, hopefully, soon. I got to get through all of that. Let's bring up some pics, right? And we can talk about some of the stuff we went through.
That's nice. Is that the first one?
We'll get to that one.
Okay.
All right. So just a few photos of some shows we saw. Haken, like you said, that's from one of the pool stage shows.
Yeah.
Like you said, I mean, when we first found out about them on Prog Nation at Sea, I think I'd heard of them a little bit before, but first saw them there.
Yeah.
And then as slowly they've become on every Cruise to the Edge since then, and their audience grows and grows and grows. And now they're one of the main bands that everybody likes, which is super cool. They're the nicest bunch of guys ever.
True.
We just love those guys. They were killer.
Yeah, I feel like this was like my 13th or 14th time seeing them or something crazy like that, which is an honor. Honestly, I feel very privileged to be able to see a band that's so far away from me like that bunch of times. These couple shows felt very nostalgic to that first time they were on a cruise because they played stuff like Visions, Drowning in the Flood, Falling Back to Earth, all songs they play all the way back then. So I could see like their younger selves and like the other old band members on that same stage or ish, different shit, but still same feeling. It felt very cool to see how much they've grown in that time and like how much their music has changed as well. The fauna stuff is so, I mean, it has their essence, but it's so different from their stuff they had in like Aquarius and Visions, those first couple albums. It was really cool to see and experience both shows because we were like second row or something for that theater show, which sounded amazing.
Yeah.
And the Haken show at the pool stage was also really cool. And we'll get to that, but Caligula's horse had the first mosh pit ever in a cruise.
Yes, that is one of the photos I have here. I don't have photos of every show we took.
Yeah.
So for people that aren't aware, I'm one of the co-hosts on the ship, which
Yeah.
is great and an honor to get to do. And I've been doing that for many years now. And so I run from stage to stage, introducing some people, doing Q&As, doing different things. So a lot of times I don't even get to see a lot of the bands because I'm running around and doing stuff. I did get to see a few full shows this year, which was really cool. Haken being one of them, which was neat.
Yeah, but my point is like I think Ross saw that and he was really trying for people to also mosh pit during that pool stage show, and he got it. So
yeah, exactly. Riverside caught their second show. Just awesome. They're always great. It was a bit of a
weird vibe,
different kind of set because they did a lot of older stuff. They did play 2 new songs, your favorite as well.
Yeah. Big Tech Brother.
And closed.
They played Escalator Shrine. Closed with The Curtain Falls.
The Curtain Falls.
And a message saying they will be taking a break. And it was a little bit like, we don't know what that means exactly. Maybe it's from the cruise. Maybe it's from
when
touring.
They each bowed one at a time and left and they did this whole kind of
thing.
As
the curtain falls.
But look, they were great. And they opened with Second Life Syndrome, which is always a great song to see live. So
yeah, man, they were solid. Like they're one of the mainstays as well, I think.
Yep. I gotta say, Moon Safari was a super highlight for me. We all loved their last album, the Himmelbacken Volume 2. Yeah. That was a big. I think that maybe was our album of the year 2 years ago.
Yeah, or close to that.
On our podcast. Mm-hmm. They're just insane. They all sing. It's like the Beach Boys vocally, but with the most complicated music going around. When you hear it, it's impressive, but when you see it, it almost doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That they can do it that good. It's crazy.
I don't remember the keyboard player's name. I'm sorry.
Simon,
yeah. But his singing during the Devil song, which I also don't remember. Yeah, it was just insane. Like, super cool vibe. It's a bummer a little bit for me. Sometimes it's so sunny. I don't feel like staying there up front. So I be in the back in the shade. But I wanted to be up front there and rocking out, But yeah, amazing show. They were definitely a highlight.
Yeah, just awesome. Okay, so then we get to this point. Yeah. We were getting ready to see the Caligula's horse show, their first show on the set. Everybody was super hyped. Mm-hmm. You could see there was a nice sized crowd there. It was really cool. And then they just came and just destroyed the place. But before, I just decided to bring you up on stage with me, and you gave him an intro. It was super badass.
Yeah, I did my whole Caligula's horse thing. It was fun. Thank you for that. There was a lot of emotions there. Really excited to see them again.
It was cool. Yeah. And then Jim and Sam and Dale and Josh destroyed the place. There was a mosh pit, which never happened before on Cruise to the Edge.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you say? I mean, they're really solid. They played a bunch of old material. On that first show, they debuted the Ascent, which is the closing track on Rise Radiant. First time they played that song ever. It was really powerful. That's one of my personal favorites. And on they also played Graves on that show.
That was crazy.
And their second show, which was earlier in the day, they played more like well-known songs.
More of the singles from the albums.
But they also played Mute, which is the closing track on Charcoal Grace. I mean, they became a fan favorite on that cruise. Like, everyone was talking about it. Everyone was pumped about the energy they brought to the table. We also got to hang out with them a lot, and they're really, really, really awesome guys. So even Sam, we're gonna get to the wheel, but he's like, I want to be part of more podcasts. So
yeah,
if you're having nightmares about our scheduling as it is, imagine trying to schedule it from Australia.
I don't even know how to wrap my head around that.
But yeah, man, these guys, they were phenomenal, really.
Yeah, they were great. Big Train, of course.
Yeah, so if Caligula's is my number one show on the cruise, Big Train would easily be the second. First time seeing them. I'm a fan of pretty much all of these guys individually. Alberto was the coolest guy. He's really talented. Like, his voice is amazing. Great stage presence. But of course, I'm a big fan of Ricard from Beardfish and NGV as well. And they just keep switching instruments and parts and going to the other one. And it's a show that's fun and powerful and emotional all at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the talent on the stage is ridiculous. I mean, even all of them. Oscar playing piano in the back. He's in Dim Gray, which is an incredible
Dude,
band.
he's amazing.
You got,
he's young, right?
Yeah,
Super
young guy.
yeah.
You got Claire on violin.
Greg.
The horn player.
Yeah, escaping my mind as well.
Forget his name.
Could it be Colin?
Rich?
Well, we're
sorry.
very different.
We're very sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
But he's amazing because he's handling like they usually have like a 5-piece brass section, and he's doing it all as one guy, and he's amazing. So they're great, a lot of fun, always good, and I like to see them growing in popularity. IQ, their first time on the cruise, I got a chance to intro that one, which is really exciting. That was their first show by the pool. They sound massive when they play. It's just a big sound, and it's awesome. Very kind of heavy, chugging. It's like it sounded
heavier live than it sounds in the albums.
Yeah, the guitars are just like loud.
Sadly, I didn't see the whole show. I was playing board games with Ray from Haken, which is also
something you're gonna see. It's random, right? Just completely random. But they were killer. Great to have them on the ship. One of my favorites that I had never seen before, and I was very excited to see, was the Von Hertzen brothers, and they were just awesome. Sadly, didn't get to see a full show, but man, they bring the energy big time. Yeah. Really cool band, and I hope they get a chance to come back because I'd love for them to get more attention. So it's sort of a new band. I was familiar with them, and I'd heard some things here and there over the years, but I was a big fan of their last album, which sort of got me into them.
Yeah, you were raving about that album for a while.
Yeah, and now I'm a super big fan. I just think they're killer. They played a song called "This War Is Over." Good man, that's a song. That's just crazy awesome.
Yeah, fun show.
They were good. I mean, listen, on top of some of these pictures, they were, like you said, Car Mechanic with
you don't have a Car Mechanic picture?
I don't. Okay. Yeah, Jonas Reingold with Casey McPherson.
Yeah, Randy Mechstein, Lyle Larson,
Craig Blundell on drums.
What a lineup, dude! It's like the super group.
It was amazing.
It was like they played in the Spinnaker Lounge first, which is a small venue. It was packed to the brim.
Packed.
Everyone was there, like singing, and everyone was talking about it. Like, have you seen Car Mechanic? Gotta catch their next show. Yeah. Then they played the Atrium, and that was boo. Everyone was there too. I didn't catch that second one because I was watching Beardfish, I think, but I saw pictures, and everyone was telling me it was also great.
We need to give a shout out to also Temek.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Temek, their first show was at the Spinnaker as well. Their music is heavy and syncopated riffs and like a lot of jumping and a lot of energy. Those guys have a lot of stage presence, especially Frederick, the main guy. One of the songs is he goes into the crowd. The main guy, I mean the vocalist. Sorry, he goes into the crowd. He climbs up the stairs. He's jumping on like above a couch and everything, and everyone really was into it, And they played their first show at Spinnaker. Lots of great comments about it on the ship. Then they were supposed to play a pool stage show, which they were really excited about, and everyone was excited
on the last night.
But that was unlucky because we had some rain. But at the end of the day, they played the atrium, which is in the middle of the ship. There's stairs and everything. They were able to also pack that thing. A lot of people.
But they had so they celebrate the last night of the cruise. The cruise staff, or the boat staff, whatever, blew up these massive balloons. Each balloon was 6 feet long, big. It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
and there was like 25 of those flying around.
Dude, it was crazy, and they had like the screen in the background with their videos. The
screen was great with the videos. That was really nice.
And man, like it was mind blowing seeing them for a bunch of aspects. And I'll highlight Siemens drums. He was incredible and really loud. So I'm sure Rich Mauser had a difficult time mixing. It
was loud. It was so loud in that room. It was so loud in that room. A band like that really doesn't fit in that room, but it's just the only thing that was available.
Yeah. Diego was amazing. Miguel, the new bass player, was amazing. And Eric Gillette, we know him for a while from the Neil Morse band. His backing vocals on that, they're harmonizing all the time, and he does the high parts. It's super impressive what he does. Really,
I feel like we're going to leave out some bands, and I don't want. We're just doing this off the top of our heads, so what we remember. Well, I mean, David Julie Morrison Jennings was great.
Super cool vibe.
Acoustic shows both by the pool. They had Alberto come out and do June with them towards the end. Dave Kersner and Friends, which was really cool. They did a couple of really cool sets.
Gabriel Agudo did some sets. I think
his
he
band
did
was insane,
pre-shows.
but his band
Yeah.
was the Neil Morse band, basically.
Pretty much, yeah, except for the drummer and Neil.
Yeah, you had Randy and Bill and Eric were his backing band, which is great.
I saw a little bit of Trifecta.
Very cool.
Which
again,
was
Craig Blundell. Craig Blundell was actually in every band, actually.
And I did not know he was in the ship at all until
he played there. Yeah. Every band was like, oh, there's Craig Blundell playing drums again.
And so Marbing is a band that's known for being on the ship a bunch of times, and they were playing all the time. I was able to catch one of their jam sessions, and when I got there, I was talking to Nick de Virgilio, and I was like, man, yeah, they sound great. And then I look, and it's actually Marco Miniman playing with them.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh my God, what's happening? It's Marco. And Nick, yeah, man, yeah, it's awesome. And like, are you playing? I just played. You missed it. Boo. And speaking of you missed it, he also did like the Fringe.
Yes, they did the Fringe for a song,
which is Jonas Reingold.
I heard that. Yeah, I was there.
And Randy and Nick. So many things like
Steve Hackett, of course, was great. It's always great. I did catch a full Steve Hackett show, which is really cool. Who we're missing?
Aristocrats.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, you didn't see them? Yeah.
It didn't work for me.
I saw their second show. Really mind-blowing stuff, because I had seen them before, but
I've seen them a number of times when they've come around here. They're awesome.
I talked a little bit to Brian about that, and he was saying, if you want to catch the show, catch the first one, because it's closer to the Aristocrats vibe because it's a smaller stage and everything. But I wasn't able to catch that one, but I did see the second one, which was insane. Really, they played some of my favorite songs like Desert Tornado and Spanish Addy, and they really come alive when you see the band live,
Yeah.
And well, they're great. Like Guthrie Govan, there's no better guitar player than him. Same goes to Marco.
Speaking of guitarists, thank you, scientists.
Yeah. Thank you, scientists.
We got to give it Tom Monda, who's amazing and a friend of ours.
And like pretty much a new lineup, right? New singer,
new singer.
New
singer. I think they played some new songs too that they're in the process of recording.
The new singer was good. He really impressed me in that first show.
He was a little nervous. I think it was the first time he'd ever played with them live.
Yeah.
So you can kind of tell.
Well, you can
kind of tell he was a little nervous, but yeah, they're
he
great.
hit the notes,
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else we do not have.
Beardfish, of course.
Beardfish.
Yeah, I saw them. They played Comfort Zone, a classic. They played Out in the Open, the epic from the new album. They sounded just amazing. They were really psyched to play again. It's cool seeing them back because I've been a fan for many, many years. The bass player was super awesome to watch. He was minding all the time. Rickard is also a presence, man. I'm a big fan of him. I'm really glad I got to watch him both in Beardfish and with the Big Train. Overall, like, I'm not sure we're missing many. Right?
We probably are. Yeah. It was a ridiculous number of bands, but it was
Pure Reason Revolution.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, we got to talk about them.
They were killer, man. Yeah. They were so good.
In fact, I'm going to check the lineup just to make sure. Talk about them.
They were really good. Pure Reason Revolution is sort of more of an alternative. They have a lot of electronica sounds in there and stuff, if you're familiar with the band. But man, they brought it. They did a couple of shows by the pool, and they were kind of really heavy. And they have a female vocalist, Annika, I think is her name.
So good.
Or Anik, sorry. She was great. And John, the main singer, just super nice guy. They were phenomenal. And I think won a lot of people over as well, which was really cool.
Yeah,
who did we forget?
Saga. Were you able to see them?
No,
me neither. Pendragon, I saw them for a little bit.
I did introduce Pendragon on one time, which is cool.
I went to see Robert Fripp, but he wasn't really playing. Him and David Singleton, they were just podcasting. So you're kind of having the same experience as we did, like a TED Talk of sorts.
Yeah.
Well, Gaspacho was nice. Magic Pie, dude. Oh my God!
Caught a little bit.
Yeah, it was one of the first shows on the show.
I did the intro for them as well. I caught the beginning.
They were amazing. Like really, they really brought it, man. Like it was the first show I saw as soon as I entered the ship. They were great, man. Like really great.
Oh, the Beggs sisters was cool. That's Nick Beggs, who plays bass, and then his two daughters, who are sort of the leads of that band. It's them, and they sing, and it's sort of a very folky,
different vibe
thing. They sing beautifully.
Yeah,
really great harmonies. Completely different, something more chill, but it was a nice change and nice to have them on.
Alex Koenig trio. I don't know if you watched them.
Did not see that.
I'm a really big fan of Testament, so I was excited to see Alex Koenig playing what's his favorite style of music, I think, which is the more jazzy stuff. He does the metal stuff to pay the bills. I'm sure he enjoys it as well, of course. But um, he he really shined on that stage, man. As a trio, they were super in sync and playing like different stuff like Chicoria, a little bit of Yes, and they mix everything up and make it sound awesome. And also, Kairos was good. They also played on the pre-cruise
Yeah.
thing, like the kickoff. They were great.
Oh, well,
And speaking of, we also have to maybe finish up talking about the Resonance.
right. So the pre-cruise is the night before the cruise takes off. They put out an event, and they had 3 bands playing. They started off with Kairos, who we talked about. They were great, and David Cross Band, who did some King Crimson stuff and some of his own stuff in there. And then Neil Morse and the Resonance making their really, I think it was the only second time they ever played together.
They just played like a week before, and
that was amazing. So we should talk about that. So they have that album that came out last year, No Hill for a Climber, with 5 songs that has 2 30-minute songs on it, basically. So they were going to play that whole album, and they played the first 4 songs, and then when they got to the 5th song, Neil's keyboard broke.
Yeah,
and they could not get the sounds back, and they were trying to figure it out. So they were killing time. The band just started playing some jams, and then they decided, why don't we play some covers? And one guy in the band mentioned, I know Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Yeah.
So
and he sang it like
out of nowhere, the bass player,
yeah,
who's a different bass player, he's a touring guy with them. He wasn't on the record.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but he was great. He sang like Brian Johnson, and they did a full version of Thunderstruck, which was awesome. And then they did Highway to Hell with Neil singing Highway to Hell, which was just insane. And
I talked to him about that because we had dinner together, and he was like, "Man, I don't know, it was a fun vibe, ironic, but like I told him, dude, everyone was having fun, it was great."
That was. Listen, you love seeing the band playing their own stuff, but you never expect you're going to see Neil Morse singing I'm on a Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
And that was hilarious. And it got everybody really into it. And then they did play the 30-minute epic that closes the album.
And it was amazing, man. Like, really, that show kind of blew my mind. I'm excited to see them again at Morse Fest. Andre, the guitar player, he's like a pro. He's amazing.
They're just great. They're so much better live even than I imagined they would be. Yeah,
totally. And
they were great.
And they were like on it.
Yeah.
For like a second time playing ever together, it's pretty tight, man.
I think so. Then we got to talk about. So that's all the shows. I think we covered everything. Again, apologies to anything we left out. We did the highlight. I think for us, at least it was one of the highlights for me, was the wheel. Of course. So we got to do 2 episodes.
2 episodes.
The first one was 90s prog metal with like Dream Theater, Porcupine Tree, Tool, Pain of Salvation, that kind of stuff, which was really awesome. And we invited, if you can see the picture there, Ross and Charlie from Haken, and Sam and Jim from Caligula's Horse, and Dan was there as well. I just hosted. I did not participate in that one. And Vic, who also, from our podcast, was off to the side manning the screen for us, which was very helpful. That was a trip.
Man. Like, no spoilers because it's going to be posted. Yeah. But there were boos on stage. It was fun. It was funny, man.
We had a whole audience, and it was just a blast. And it was some people knew what it was, some people didn't.
Yeah,
but they were getting mad, as you do with people's choices and stuff like that.
It was a lot of fun,
and the guys on stage had a.
I really love this format when you do it live and you have audience participation.
And what was really cool, we had the big screen behind us. You can see the wheel there spinning, and then that was really fun. And the team there on the stage from Cruise to the Edge helped figure out how to do that and everything. And that was like that looks like we're superimposed. It looks like a weird kind of photo, but that was amazing. And then a couple days later, we did a 70s classic prog albums with you can see Nick, Greg, and Alberto from Big Big Train, and Sam, who
is our new member,
asked to be in this one as well. So he's really knowledgeable. He knows his prog.
He studied a lot of that. Yeah,
and was great. Had just really good about talking about these records, and man, this one was a shocker too because there were some major.
Like funny opinions on that one, and we had a crowd mic as well. It was going around with the mic, and people were like, "Ah, you're wrong." It was very funny. Yeah,
it was very cool. And yeah, and here, look, that's the atrium. Really
Yeah, for
cool
the
photo.
first
You
one.
can see
Yeah.
the crowd
So
there,
cool.
which was just awesome, man. It was awesome to
Yeah,
see.
man.
So that was great.
Yeah,
And I
overall,
hopefully we
man.
can get back and do the wheel again.
That would be awesome, dude.
And I think
Yeah.
we'll have a better idea of how to do it. I think we can do
Yeah,
it even
for
a little
sure.
better. The funny thing about doing it live was how fast it went.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 30
20
minutes.
minutes,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was like 20, 30 minutes. We were running through it.
Yeah.
I don't know why on Zoom it takes so long.
Because I don't know, man. Maybe we do more prep, you know, and we
Maybe.
have more to say about each album,
Yeah,
and then we
maybe.
have to wait everyone's turn. When you're in person, it's easier to just interrupt each other, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think the very first one, it was like I landed on something, and Jim goes, "Well, I think I'll just put this one in S," and that was it.
And that was,
And it was like,
you want to elaborate a little bit?
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll be done with this in about 5 minutes if we don't get this going.
Yeah.
But we had
It was a lot of fun.
that. Yeah.
Overall, like, yeah. Also, thanks to Cesar, our good friend, for
Yep.
doing the camera work for that. And I mean, just having him with us, and my other friends, Eric and BG from Brazil, and a lot of other friends we met on the cruise and saw them again. It was, dude, it was a great experience. It always is, but you know, I would be bummed to have missed this one. So maybe next year everyone's gonna be there. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Shout out to my co-hosts as well, Mike, Izzy, and John, John Kirkman, who was back after missing last year due to some health issues, and he returned. It was good to have him back. Those guys rocked, and they do a great job. It's a lot of work, and the whole Cruise to the Edge team is just phenomenal how they pull it off. I know that people sometimes have reasons to complain about this, that, or the other thing, but I can tell you, putting together a moving festival on a ship with 30 bands, all from different countries, and multiple band members playing in different bands. So you have to figure out that schedule. I mean, just think about Craig Blundell, who was playing maybe 2 shows a day for 5 straight days, and you have to figure that out. It is not easy. So the fact that it's pulled off at all, I find it to be a miracle.
Yeah, man. Scheduling is definitely tricky with like so many musicians playing multiple bands. Yeah, shout outs to you too, man. You're the greatest host. I am a little bit biased.
Thank you, man.
But I got Roie on video every time he was there. He's like, yeah.
It's fun. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well,
but it's a good time. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's our recap, right? I think we got it.
That was freaking cool, man. Yeah. Great cruise, great people, great music. What more can you ask for?
All right. And hopefully we'll get to do it again, and we'll see y'all soon. Lots more videos and other things coming. And so stick around, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on progreport.com and everywhere else. And we'll see you all again soon.
Booyakasha. Hey there, everyone.
Hey, thanks for checking out the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on all our socials and progreport.com. And we'll see y'all again real soon. Thanks.